Hello, it's Leslie Fightmaster. Today's class will be focusing on strength and courage and resilience. I'm using a towel, a mat towel from Stellari. It's the Nine of Wands yoga mat towel, and the inspiration for the towel is strength, courage, and resilience. So begin to sit up nice and tall, and I'll put information below about the towel, which worked really well, especially if you sweat a lot. This is fantastic. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Take a moment here just to connect with your inner strength and courage. So remembering that everything that we need is already within us, and we have the resilience to continue on our journey. Come forward onto your hands and knees, and then walk your hands forward of your shoulders, about a handprint. Or actually, no, just keep your hands, wrists under shoulders, and bring the chest forward on the inhale. As you exhale, take your hips back to your heels into child's pose. Stretching all the way back. And then inhale, bring the chest through, lift your chin, lift your tailbone up. And then exhale to round the back. Take the hips all the way back to the heels. And again, inhale, chest forward. Keep the belly lifted and try to bring this back bend toward the upper back. And then tuck the toes. This time we'll come into downward facing dog. Arms, shoulders distance apart, feet hips width. And feel free to bend one knee and the other to warm up your hamstrings. So also below in the comments of this video, I'm going to put oh my gosh, the words are gone. I'm going to give you guys information if you want to get this towel at a discount. So the code, that's the word I'm looking for, is Fightmaster20, and it'll work until September 15th, 2015. So a couple weeks. Stretch back into your down dog. As you inhale, make your way into plank, top of a push-up. You can always take the knees down if you wish. And then exhaling here. Make sure that you're nice and long through the spine. We don't want the back arching, or we don't want the hips up. We want the hips and shoulders in the same line. Press up between the shoulder blades. Exhale, stretch back into downward facing dog. So we're going to work a lot on poses to create strength. Inhale, plank, and a little bit of courage too. So plank, take your legs wider than hips width. Pop up onto your right fingertips. You can stay there or lift your right hand to the low back. And then roll to the left side. It's a little awkward, but stack up your feet into side plank, Vasisthasana. Try to bring your top hip slightly forward. And then take the right hand to the side. Make your way back into plank pose. And then holding plank a moment, feet wide, take the left fingertips onto the floor, either stay or lift the left hand to the low back. Try to keep the shoulders in line with each other. And then we'll roll onto the right pinky toe side of the foot, stack the left foot on top of the right foot for Vasisthasana side plank. Bring the top hip a little bit forward, lift up through the top arm, and then left hand to side and make your way back into plank pose. Shift forward through Chaturanga all the way down to the floor. Untuck the toes. Interlace your fingers or hook your thumbs. Inhale, peel the chest up into a little Shalabhasana, but keep your tops of the feet planted onto the floor. And then lower down. And rest a moment. Now other interlace or other thumb. Inhale, lift up. Tailbones reaching to heels. Pubic bone presses down gently. Open and widen through the collarbones. And then lower. Slide the hands by the lower ribs, tuck the toes under, press up to plank. You can leave your knees down, and then lift the hips into downward facing dog. Stretch all the way back. So if you do decide to get this towel, by the way, you're going to want to wet the towel where your hands and feet go at first until you get sweaty, and then it doesn't matter. But when you start, usually not sweaty. Look forward, step or hop the feet forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale and fold in, hips over heels, press through the feet, rise up as you inhale, stretching tall. And exhale the hands to heart, Samastitihi. Finding the Tadasana pose here, mountain pose. Bring big toes together, heels slightly apart or hips width with the feet. Make sure the outer edges of your feet are parallel. And closing the eyes here, let's try to find your nice steady balance on the feet. Firm the legs and lift the belly, widen across the collarbones. Open the eyes, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge from the hips to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back to plank. Chaturanga, hug the elbows in. Inhaling, upward dog or cobra, up dog, thighs and knees off the floor. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stretching back here and saying to yourself, I am strong. So just quietly or out loud if you feel like it, I am strong. Come back to your steady breath, look up. Spread the fingers out wide, step or hop the feet to hands. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold. Inhale, press through the feet and rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart, Samastitihi. Again, inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, step or float, Chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Stretch all the way back here. Again, spread the fingers wide, pressing into the base of the fingers. Lift away with your forearms. Feet are hips width apart. Spin the inner thighs back. Reach the heels toward the floor as much as you can. They don't have to touch. Draw the ribs and belly in. Look forward, bend the knees, stepping or hopping. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale to fold. Rooting down, rise up, inhaling. Exhale, Samastitihi. Inhale again, sweep the arms. Exhale, folding in, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, step or float, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward dog. Exhale, Ardha, back to plank. Extra chaturanga or not, you can hold plank and then lift the hips into down dog. A little extra plank for our nice strength building class. And keep the belly pulled in and up, look to the hands, bend the knees, stepping or hopping. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold. Inhaling, press down through the feet, rising up. Exhale, hands to the heart, Samastitihi. Bend the knees, Utkatasana. Inhale to chair pose. Drop the hips down, press the inner thighs down and the shins back. Weight is in the heels. Swim your arms back, interlace the fingers or hook the thumbs. Inhale, open the chest, then exhale, belly to thighs, then begin to straighten the knees, any amount. If they are all the way straight, be sure to pull up on the kneecaps and firm the quadricep muscles. Or you can keep them bent, it's fine. Inhale again, hands to low back, bend the knees, chair pose. Again, dropping the hips, lifting the hip points up toward the lower ribs. Sit back into the heels, looking up a little bit toward the hands unless it bothers the neck. And then once again, interlace behind the back, other interlace or other thumb. Open the chest, inhale, belly to thighs. Exhale, fold. Lift the arms up and over, making sure if you have that kind of elbow joints that like to lock and sort of over straighten, take a little bend in the elbows and use your arm muscles, your shoulder muscles to come into the stretch. Gaze off the tip of the nose. Rebend the knees. Bring the hands to the mat and then step your feet hips width, folding forward, Uttanasana. Again, if the legs are straight, shift the weight toward the balls of the feet. Inhale, look up, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, we'll bend the knees for Bakasana. Take the knees up as high as you can toward the armpits. Shift the weight forward, but round the upper back. Pull the belly in, press away from the floor. Keep gazing forward. Heels move up toward the hips if you can. Feet together if you can. Step or float, Chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling back into downward facing dog. Right leg up, inhale, bend the knee, open up the hip, press evenly through the shoulders, reach the left heel toward the floor. Keep the low belly pulling in and up. Then take that leg square off the hips, look forward, lightly step it up. Spin the back heel flat, inhaling. Actually, don't spin the back heel flat. Keep the heel up. We'll come into crescent pose first. Bend the left knee, the back knee, drop the tailbone, lift the hip points up, and then straighten through the back leg. So the tailbone draws down, the low belly lifts up, the hip points lift. Then take your right arm over your left arm for Garudasana arms, or you can touch your shoulders, or if you can touch your palms, do. Lift your chest, open up the chest. You can stay there or make a little back bend toward the upper back. So leaning back and lifting the elbows. Keep the ribs pulling in though, and keep the tailbone drawing down. Right knee stays over the ankle. Then come back to center. Now take the back foot flat. Line up front heel with back arch into warrior two. And instead of looking forward, look over the center. So instead of looking over your front knee, look toward the center. But make sure the knee stays over the ankle. Now we'll release the arms and look over the right fingertips, warrior two. Then reverse your warrior, left arm back. Keep bending the right knee. Inhale, we'll keep reversing, straighten the right leg, reverse triangle. Come on up, set up for triangle pose, shorten the stance if you like to. Shift the hips back, leaning forward, right hand to right shin or foot or floor. Stretch up through the left fingertips. Shoulders are in line. Try to bring the bottom ribs forward, spin the top ribs back. Press into the base of the big toe of the right foot. Then take left arm forward in line with the ear. And then sweep the left hand behind your back, either at the low back or reach around and hook it onto the thigh. Now look down at the front foot, bend the knee, take your right hand about 6 to 12 inches in front of it on the pinky toe side, lifting the back leg half moon. Try and get your left heel around the same height as your left hip. And if you're comfortable, look up or look forward. Then look back down, bend your right knee a little, reach your right fingertips forward, find some balance if you can, and then slowly we'll come to warrior two. So we still have that half wrap. Take the right forearm to the right thigh and keep it there, or slide it down to the ankle or the floor, or you might take interlock. So the right arm comes underneath the right knee, interlocking or clasping the hands, roll the left shoulder back, and we'll release. Look down, step back, plank pose, chaturanga. Inhaling into up dog, roll the shoulder heads back. Exhale to downward facing dog, stretching all the way back. Left leg up, inhale, bend the knee, opening up through the hip. Pressing again evenly through the arms and the shoulders. Then square off the hips and step it through. Right next to the hand. Stay on the ball of the back foot, coming into high lunge. Bend the back knee, drop the tailbone, lift the hip points up, and then straighten through the back leg, pulling the left hip back. Reach up through all four sides of the waist, arrow straight arms. Keep the ribs pulling in. Then arms to a T, left arm over right, Garudasana, or touch your shoulders. Lift your chest up. You can stay right here or move toward the back bend, little upper back bend. So leaning back gently, but keeping the ribs in and trying not to arch in the lower back. So creating length. And then come back to center. We'll take the back foot flat, line up front heel with back arch. Warrior two with Garudasana arms. Make sure the left knee points straight ahead, but your gaze will be off to the side, which is straight ahead for you now. Good. Keep lifting up through the belly, and then we'll take the arms out to a T. Knee over ankle still. Press the back thigh back inner thigh lifts. Reverse your warrior. Bend into the left knee a little bit more if you can. Now straighten that left leg, reverse triangle. Inhale to come up, triangle pose. Shift your hips back and lean forward. Take the left hand down. Stretch up through the right arm. Shoulders in line with each other. Keep pressing firmly into the base of the big toe of your left foot. and press your calf toward your shin. Then reach the right arm forward in line with the ear. Sweep the right arm down, take it behind your back, and roll the right shoulder back. So we'll try and hold here for a couple breaths, and we'll try and keep this half wrap as we move into Ardha Chandrasana in a moment. Bend to the left knee. Feel free to use a block here. I didn't have my block handy or else I would have used it. Left hand about 6 to 12 inches in front of you. Make sure it's on the pinky toe side of the left foot, and make sure the left toes don't turn. Keep them parallel with the outer edge of the mat. Your right leg and heel and hip about the same line. Mine's a little bit higher than it could be. It could be a little lower. And keep the gaze either straight ahead or up. Bend the left knee. Find a little balance. Pick up the left hand if you can. Warrior two with the half wrap. Heel to arch alignment with the feet. Then take left forearm to left thigh. You can keep it there, or reaching down, left hand to the ankle, or some of you may take the interlock. If you're going to interlock, keep leaning the torso back over the left thigh. Keep the left knee over the ankle and rolling the top shoulder back. And look down to the floor. Release it. Come back to plank. Chaturanga. Inhaling into up dog or cobra. And exhaling back to plank. Optional chaturanga. And then to down dog, adding in that strength. Come back to your steady breath. Your mantra today, I am strong. Right leg back and up, inhale. Step it through, then walk your feet to parallel. So toes will face forward and in a little toward each other. Then we'll inhale to lengthen through the spine and exhale for Prasarita Padottanasana A, crown of the head down. Now for courage. This is optional. You can stay right here, or some of you may move into a headstand, a tripod headstand. Make sure that your elbows stay parallel and your elbows are in line with your wrists. Keep lifting the shoulders away from the floor. That'll help to keep less weight on the crown of the head and on the neck. To come out of it, split your legs. Try to come out nice and slowly. So you can use your belly muscles, the strength again to take the feet to the floor. Then lengthen as you inhale. And feet parallel, hands to hips. Exhale, inhale to come up. Now, point your toes out, your heels in. More strength. Bend the knees, take them in line with the middle toes, drop the tailbone down, lift your hip points up. Inhale, reach the arms up, spin the triceps forward. Then lift your right heel off the floor and set it down. Inhale, left heel off the floor and set it down. Inhale, both heels off the floor, holding. A little courage for this one too. Courage and strength and some resilience. Slowly straighten the legs. And then take the heels down. Turn the left leg out, warrior, or right leg out, warrior two. Move through your vinyasa, chaturanga. Inhaling up, exhaling to down dog. Remember, if you need a break, push pause, take a break. It's always an option. Inhale your left leg up, step it right between the hands on the exhale, spin the back heel flat, walk your hands to the right, parallel your feet. Toes will come in a little toward each other. You can grab your big toes, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold for Prasarita D. Or if you want to use that, try that courage again, taking another headstand, you can make sure the elbows are parallel. Make sure the wrists are right below the elbows and come up, lifting the shoulders away from the ears. And breathing here. And then to come out, we'll split the legs, slowly, slowly making your way down. Inhale, coming halfway up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale all the way up. And if you're not real confident with that headstand, please use the wall. Bend the knees. You can push pause and play with it if you want. Bend the knees, drop the tailbone. Lift up, toes are out, so knees and second toes align. Right heel up. And exhale, release it. Inhale, left heel up. And release it, both heels up. Lift up, 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 up. Slow, holding, then slowly straighten the legs, keep the heels up, and then set them down. Left leg all the way out, warrior two, bend the knee over the ankle, and exhale, windmill the arms down. Take your vinyasa, or you could always skip it. So we're gonna go to plank, and lower slowly. Then inhaling to up dog, or you could skip it, it's fine. And exhaling to down dog, a little more strength work. This is a slow chaturanga descent. Inhale the right leg up and step it through, this time left knee to the floor. So pat up your knee. If you don't have a blanket or something, you can always fold the side of your mat over. Make sure that your right knee stays over the ankle though, that's important. So come on up into your low lunge, reach the arms up, pull the right hip back as you sink forward. Drop the tailbone down, keep lifting hip points up. Stretch up tall, and then exhale, bend the elbows, make a big circle around. Inhale, sweep the arms up, face the palms forward. Exhale like you're scraping elbows on the back wall. Expand through the chest and circle the arms. One more, inhale up. Exhale, big circle around. Inhale, interlace fingers, take them just above your right knee, and then tuck the back toes, lift the left knee off. If it hurts your knee, don't do it. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, just a tiny lift. Inhale, lift. Try to keep your hips low. If you want to work a little harder, reach the arms up. Lift up with the back knee. Set it down one more time, lifting up. And then hands to the floor. Step back. Plank pose, chaturanga. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. Left leg up, inhale. And step it through on the exhale. Right knee to the floor. Come on up into your low lunge. Sink the hips forward as you pull your left hip back and drop your tailbone down. Stretch up tall, all four sides of the waist, spin the triceps forward. Make sure the knee and ankle line up. Then exhale, bend the elbows, open up the chest, circle the arms. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, bend and open. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, open up through the chest, and then reaching up, interlace, other interlace just above the left knee, tuck the back toes under. Exhale, lift that knee up, keep the hips low. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, it's just a little lift, just hover that knee up. Exhale. Don't do this if you have knee problems though. Reach the arms up if you want to work harder. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. One more time, lift it up. Bring the hands to the mat. Step back to plank. Lower through chaturanga. Inhaling up and exhaling to downward facing dog. Again, remind yourself, I am strong. Look forward. Step or hop through and sit down. It's a little strength building for our abs. So walk yourself forward so that your thighs are at the front of your mat, your heels are on the floor. Then press your heels or your heel of your hand next to your hip, lift up, pull back, and then slide forward. Now bring your hands back for Parsvottanasana. Lift up, feet into the floor. You can also do this with bent knees, a little easier. Let your head go back any amount. And then set yourself down. We'll do the same thing. Hands by the hips, press into the heels of the hand and the whole palm. Lift up, slide the feet back, lift the hips up, slowly slide the feet forward. Sit your buns down, bring your hands back, fingertips forward, and exhale to press up, press the feet into the floor. Lift, lift, tailbone toward heels, and lower down. One more time. Hands by the hips. Press down into the hands, lift your buns up, and then drag your heels back. Holding here, keep breathing. Slide the heels forward slowly, sit your buns down, fingertips behind, press into your hands and lift up. Parsvottanasana, open the chest, let the head go back any amount, and then set yourself down. Come onto your back. This is a great day for me to have this towel because I'm so sweaty. Take your feet hips width, press into the heels, lift up to bridge, roll the shoulders under. Spiral the thighs in toward each other, chin away from chest. So I know I was working, definitely know I was working because I got sweaty. Plus the shallow where we're filming is kind of warm too, so that helps. Come on down and rest. Soles of feet together, knees apart, hands right on the belly. This is your power center. This is your chakra that for your personal power. So connect in there, feeling that strength that you have. Either another bridge pose or hands up by the ears for wheel. Elbows parallel. Come to the crown of the head. Line up wrists and elbows. Make sure the elbows are parallel. The feet are parallel. Come on up. Spiral the thighs. Tailbone toward backs of knees. Breathe into the chest. Chin to chest if you're all the way up. Lower down. Soles of feet together. Knees apart. And again, rest your hands on your belly. Connecting with your personal power. I am strong. Repeating, I am strong. And then feet parallel. Again, hands by the arms by the sides or hands up by the ears. Coming back to bridge or wheel. Line up wrists and elbows if you're going to wheel. Come on up. Stretch out the whole front of the body. So shoulder blades are moving toward the chest, tailbones reaching toward the backs of the knees, spiral the thighs down toward or in toward each other. Come on down. This time let's hug the knees in. Gently rocking here side to side. And then start to roll yourself up, back and forth, up and down the spine. Come up to seated. And sitting up nice and tall. So if it's hard for you to sit up tall, sit right on the edge of a blanket. So if your back's rounded at all, or it just feels like a lot of work to sit up tall, try to fold a blanket or grab a pillow, sit on the edge. Bend the right knee, take your right hand behind you, inhale left arm up, exhale take it across for Marichasana seat. As you inhale, sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, roll the right shoulder back. Every inhale, see if you can get a little length, and then every exhale, maybe you can roll the shoulder a little bit deeper. Inhale, head to center, exhale to unwind. Left knee bends, left hand behind, inhale, right arm up, and exhale, take it across and twist. And again, take an inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, twist a little more. Inhale the head to center. Exhale, unwind. You can stay on your blanket if you wish. I'm coming off of mine because I have a little lordosis in my back. I have a little arch in my back. So for me, it's better not to use it. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge from the hips forward, Paschimottanasana. Keep lengthening and leading with the chest as you come forward. So instead of rounding through the back, we want to try and minimize the rounding and then pull the toes back to firm the leg muscles. Steady breathing in and out through the nose. Inhale to lift the head. Exhale to release. Now we're going to take right knee on top of left knee for Gomukhasana. So this is a nice hip opening. We're just going to do the legs though. So knee on top of knee. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. You can stay up or exhale, walk yourself forward. And extending forward. So the resilience of our practice comes in as we show up day after day onto our mats, regardless of how we feel. Inhale to come up. So another courage if you'd like. Now you can either just switch the knees or you can try at the wall if you'd like. Come up into tripod headstand with the legs crossed, then uncross them. Then recross the left knee on top of the right. Coming down slowly, slowly. Using the belly muscles, and then sit your hips right between your heels. It's fancy. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, either stay or come forward. Again, taking your breaths. Try and keep the inhales and the exhales equal in length. Inhaling up And walk the hands up. Uncross. Take the soles of your feet together and your knees apart. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Bring the feet in toward your groins. Or bring your feet forward about a foot in front of you and fold forward that way. You can round your back if you wish. Let the shoulders release away from the ears. Make sure that you aren't creating any tension there. Inhaling up. And exhaling, making our way into Shavasana, our final resting pose. I'm going to put a blanket under my knees because it's comfortable for me because of that low back that I have that overarches. Tailbone toward heels, let the feet flop open, arms by your sides, palms facing up. So since our theme today was strength and courage and resilience, as you're settling in, our quote here is from Theodore Roosevelt, from a speech that he gave in France that has been called Daring Greatly. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbled, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and again, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievements, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. Strength, courage, resilience. Relax, Shavasana. Start to make movements, stretch through your arms and your legs. And then bend the knees, roll to the right side, pausing for gratitude for all of our blessings. And then make your way up to seated. And we'll take the hands together in front of the heart. Bring our hands to the forehead, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to the heart, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. Hands to the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communications. Sending out this wonderful energy we created to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining us. Please push the like button if you liked our class and share it with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much to Stellari for the beautiful 9 of Wands yoga mat towel. If you like the towel and you want one, you can go to stellari.com, put the code Fightmaster20 and get 20% off. Bye. Please donate if you can. Bye.